First off, MacMahon's hometown team, the Dallas Mavericks. We've talked a ton about them over the summer. They had organizationally not a great summer. They were in the Western Conference Finals last year. Let's not forget that. And they have likely leading candidate for MVP who has played this summer and in theory, hopefully is staying in shape in these days right here.
Well, he played Eurobasket, right up until, last week.
Yeah.
And he had about 7 weeks off between the Olympics and training camp last year, and it appeared to be 7 pretty damn fun weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think he can do as much damage in 2 weeks.
All right, so
I'd hope not.
that team, Jason Kidd looked good in his second stint as coach. He did some things, especially from third stint. I blocked out the Brooklyn.
You forgot about
I blocked out Brooklyn.
I was going to say, which one did you block out?
1 year.
He's tried, I'm sure.
Yes, they got better from start to finish that season. Spencer Dinwiddie could have a huge year this year. They are not, of the teams, I keep talking about these teams that have stuff to trade, they're not really in that.
No, and they still owe a pick on Porzingis.
To New York.
And, and the thing about the Mavericks, I always say this, they can't use picks to make trades that make them a little bit better. Yeah. They've got to keep those things bundled up, and, they've got a couple of years now before the heat could get turned up. They've got to find their version of the Jrue Holiday deal.
When you say the heat's turned up, what do you mean there?
I mean, listen, everybody understands NBA math, right? So I'll just put the numbers out there.
Luka has 4 years on his contract starting now.
4 years plus the player option. We understand that player option doesn't matter. So when there's 2 years left on a deal, the NBA math.
When,
and again,
that's when it's when he would extend. Basically.
Well, it's also when he would have leverage if he decides, hey, I maybe need to find greener pastures. Now, I think that the Mavericks are smart to be patient and try to, make the right trade that is a massive addition instead of, desperate kind of, hey, a few more wins here, a few more wins there. And I know Luka wants to win in Dallas, and that's his goal. I don't think he's itching to leave now, but if the peak of his first 6 years, if the peak is a run to the West Finals and they lose the second best player right afterwards, that would be problematic. Now, hey, Luka's good enough to where if they have good health around him, they do have some really nice role players. Your Dorian Finney-Smiths, your Reggie Bullocks.
They've extended guys too. They extended
Dorian
Dorian Finney-Smith.
The Finney-Smith deal might be one of my favorite deals.
Yeah, Finney-Smith
I think in the league.
Finney-Smith he's just a phenomenal, kind of prototypical glue guy. Great guy in the locker room. Shoots the three at a really good rate. Moves the ball. Never complains about touches. And guards the other, either the first or second best player. Reggie Bullock's the same type of guy. Yeah. They've got two of those guys. They need maybe the biggest wild card in the Western Conference to pay off, and I'm talking about Christian Wood. And there's talent. I see the look, and I've seen that look from scouts. There's talent there. How he accepts what appears to be a six-man role is going to be fascinating. He finally has a chance to prove that he can be a major part of a winning team.
I mean, Luka should get him looks.
He's you like wide open threes and lobs, you're going to get plenty of them. And he's excited about that. I just think he'd be more excited if he's a 36-minute starter than a 28-minute six-man. But they promised JaVale McGee the starting job.
For Christian Wood, I mean, at some point you ask yourself, why has he been on so many teams as talented as he is?
Even when he started getting good, teams were like, well, Detroit's like, okay, we'll
I watched it.
I
watched it firsthand in New Orleans. He had those 10 games. I think he was a 20-10 guy for the end of the season. That was the end of the Anthony Davis. I only have to play 20 minutes.
Folks.
I only have to play 20 minutes a game. I'm not going to finish fourth quarters.
That's all, folks.
That was
portion of his career.
I think that's all, folks. Night was a fun night. Trying to make it to the arena as soon as he walks in like that. That was quite crazy. But for Christian Wood, I do like I kind of like the idea of him coming off and being that six man and playing those 28 minutes.
You do.
I do, but I am not Christian Wood. I am a lot shorter than Christian Wood. But to your point, he is going to get those looks with Luka. And I think maybe if it's not those 8 minutes a game may not matter to him, but if I'm still going to touch 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points a game because I'm going to get these open looks, I think that may kind of supersede that.
I'm confident in saying that Christian Wood believes he's the second best player on the Dallas Mavericks, and that he is in a contract year. Again, it's a potentially sensitive situation. It's also a talent that maybe it does pay off.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.